Okay, break a leg, break a leg. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to B'nai Israel. And I don't know about you, but I've been doing a lot of gardening lately. Beautiful weather, a little hot, but beautiful weather. And somehow it brings into mind this, well, they're not all here now, the jazz musicians. We call this Jazz Shabbat. And we have had the privilege of watching them grow and flourish and really learn so much in the time that they've been here. Not from us, but we've gotten to enjoy them and learn from them. And it's been such a privilege for me to be able to work with them. So this is always a very special service. I don't know if you'll recognize any of the tunes, and I apologize in advance, but it is very special to them. So, and they're all the same prayers. So you can sing along, hum along, tap your feet, whatever. But Shabbat Shalom. We're going to start with Eli Chamda Libi on page 129 of your prayer books. And we're first, you're going to help me be the cello. We're going to sing along with Ben. And our line is Ele Chamda Libi, which means God is my heart's desire. So we're going to learn that from Ben first. Ben, would you play it for us? We won't start quite that fast right now, but that's our line. So you see down on the bottom of page 129, the words are Ele Chamda Libi. Will you try that with me? Ele Chamda Libi. We'll do it a couple more times. Ele Chamda Libi. We do it twice and then we go a little higher. Ele Chamda Libi. And then we go back down. Ele Chamda Libi. And that is our part. So, 2 times we do it low, once we do it a little bit higher, and then we go back to doing it low. So let's try it once with Ben, and then we'll add, we have other stuff going on that we don't have to, that'll just make us sound really good. So Ben, 1, 2, ready, go. Ele Chamda Libi. Ele Chamda Libi. Ele Chamda Libi. Ele Chamda Libi. Fabulous, and we're going to get started in just a second. I'm joined tonight by Mr. Ethan Paley, Mr. Ethan Durnell, and Ben Paley. So please join us whenever you can. Okay, Mr. Ben, can you start us off? 1, 2, ready, go. And then we're going to start. Here we go. Ele Chamda Libi. 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 Kula Back to the beginning, here we go. Ele hamda libi, ele hamda libi, ele hamda libi, ele hamda libi, ele hamda libi. Shabbat Shalom.
What a great way for Linda and me to get ready for vacation. Jazzy Shabbat. We Jews have made a notable influence and have been great champions of jazz. Consider songwriters and lyricists including Irving Berlin, George and Ira Gershwin, Harold Arlen, Richard Rodgers and Lawrence Hart, Jerome Kern, Leonard Bernstein and Dorothy Fields. Many of their works helped to form jazz standards. Recall too that the first movie ever made with sound, The Jazz Singer, starred Al Jolson, a cantor's son. Then there's Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, Stan Getz, Mel Torme. Believe me, I could go on. I often like to say, and hopefully you don't mind hearing, Reform Judaism is like jazz. Indeed, it's closer to jazz than classical music, which in no way I disparage. That's because there's heightened room for improvisation, like jazz, grounded in the sources and in its own canon. Tonight's jazziness brings us closer in its own way to the timeless lyrics of the Siddur of Jewish worship. We thank Linda and her musicians, Ethan, Ben, and Ethan, for this most special encounter. Rabbi Abraham Isaac Cook, then Chief Rabbi of British Mandate Palestine, once described our challenge as, and I quote, to renew the old and sanctify the new. To renew the old and to sanctify the new. With our grounding in tradition and innovation and a most comfortable genre, we do so this evening. We turn to page 120 for Hadlakat HaNerot, Kindling the Lights of Shabbat. Marcy and Don Durnell, we invite you forward to lead us in Hadlakat HaNerot, Kindling of the Lights of Shabbat, page 120. Amen.
Please join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. We turn to page 142, page 142, one of the most beautiful prayers to welcome Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bohem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
On page 146 is the Baruch Hu. For those who are able, we invite you to rise for the Baruch Hu. Page 146.
Baruch Hu. Oops. Baruch Hu. Et Adonai. HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai. HaMevorach Leolam Vahei. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vahei. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
We turn to page 149. We read together the second reading in English. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of life. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of life. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv HaRavim.
On page 171, we read together the second reading on the page. 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Shem Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vahed.
Please be seated. On page 154 is our Ve'ahavta prayer chanted in Hebrew.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech ushok becha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yodecha v'hayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mizuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihyot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Emet. I read on the bottom of page 156. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously. Mechamocha will be found on page 158.
Okay, 1, 2, should sound familiar. Mi chamacha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamacha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Mi chamacha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamacha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Who is like you, O God? Your power is awesome and mighty. The Eternal will reign forever, forever and ever. Mi chamacha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamacha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Mi chamocha.
On page 161, at the top of the page, we read together in English. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai v'sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. On page 162, Yismechu, our second paragraph down on the page.
Yismechu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei kadeshei, mikadeshei shevi Shabbat. Kulam yismehu v'yitangu mitufecha Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi ratzita bo v'kidashta Shabbat. Kendot yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher Shabbat. Zecher Lemase Bereshit Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei Onet Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei Onet Shabbat.
Our service now continues, page 164. Those who are able, we rise for the tefillah. We'll be chanting the prayers on the right-hand pages, the even-numbered pages, beginning page 164, continuing to page 170.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur V'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdevot Ve'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Choser Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berakamin Rabbeim Emunato Lishenei Afar. Micha Mocha Bal Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memitu Mechaye, Umatzmiya Yeshua, Benehemal Natali Hayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Michaye HaKol.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ahel HaKadosh.
Please be seated. Vatishkot ha'aretz arba'im shana, and the land was quiet 40 years, says the Bible in Judges 3. That is a full generation of peace. Would that our world would know such blessing. As Jews, we never lose sight of a vision of peace or its sounds. At each service, we pray for shalom, for peace in our land, as well as in ourselves, our families, communities, nation, people, and world. Different sections of our worship end with the hope of shalom, as does this one, page 178. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Page 180 for our silent meditation.
ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'imeru amen.
We now turn to page 364 for our Torah service. For those who are able, we rise. We invite forward Rudy, who opens our ark. We sing Ki Mitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah u'devar Adonai miYerushalayim Baruch shenatan Torah Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadlu Adonai iti umeromema Shema yaktav Lecha Adonai hagidula v'hagivura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod Ki kol bashamayim uvaretz Ki kol bashamayim uvaretz Lecha Adonai hamalacha V'amnid na'aseh lechol lerosh Yihiyu leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefadecha Yihiyu leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Please be seated. The opening of this week's Torah portion, Matot, or tribes, expresses a value that differs widely from our own values today. As I'll read, considerable limits are imposed on the right of women to make commitments upon themselves, A father or then a husband has veto power. Rabbi Mickey Boyden observes, whereas one could argue, as the Torah does, that she is young and needs protection from her own folly, what about sons? This argument falls down when she marries and a similar right of veto transfers to her husband. The vow that his wife had taken upon herself had caused her emotional distress. Still, this is a troubling text, a step back from the victories for equality we read about in the Torah last week concerning the daughters of Tzlafchad. In Mishnah Nedarim, Rabbi Eliezer expresses a different criterion for reversing a vow. One is released from a vow if the nature of the vow dishonors one's parents, because the mitzvah of honoring father and mother takes precedence. Both the Torah and Mishnah express the understanding that sometimes we make mistakes and are overly emotional. But as we see in the Mishnah, Judaism sought to evolve within its time, as we do now within our time. But in our age, when so many fail to accept responsibility, it's the essence of this subject. What should be a vow? What should be our commitments that is best gleaned as an instruction from tonight's reading? It's Numbers, the beginning of the portion, chapter 30. I'll be reading verses 2 through 10 in the Torah commentary. It is found on page 1215, and our musicians, Ethan, and Ben, we invite you forward for our Aliyah to the Torah. And Ethan, our first word is right here. Or Ben, seat on the first word. And our blessing. Baruch
et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. And if you can hold right here. Amen. V'yedaber Moshe el Rashi Hamatot Livnei Yisrael. And Moses spoke to the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel, Lamor, saying, Zeh hadavar asher tziva Adonai, and this is the thing that God has commanded. Ish ki yedor neder l'Adonai, when a man makes a vow to Adonai, o hishava shvua lesor isar al nafsho, when he makes a commitment of his soul. Lo yechal devaro k'chol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh. Whatever it is that he vows, the utterance of his mouth, that's what he should do. V'isha ki tidor neder l'Adonai, and when a woman makes a vow to God, v'asra isar b'veit aviha, and she makes it in the presence of her father, b'na'ura echa, v'shama aviha et nidra, and her father hears of her vow, v'asra asher asra al nafsha, v'hecharish la aviha v'kamu. And if he doesn't say anything upon hearing it, then this vow will stand. Kol nidrecha v'chol asar asher asra al nafsha yakum ve'im heini aviha ota bayom shom o kol nidrecha, but should it be that the father dissents from her vow at the time that he has heard her vow, ve'esra asher asra al nafsha, that she has made, lo yakum, Baranai Islachla, then it will not stand, but Adonai, God, will forgive her, Ki Heni Aviha Ota, because her father has taken back this vow. Ve'im hayo tihiyeh leish, and when she is married, v'nidareha eleha o mivta sifatim asher asra al nafsha. V'shama isha b'yom shom o v'charish la v'kamu nidarecha v'esra asher asra al nafsha yakumu. And if she does it in the presence of her husband and he doesn't say anything, then the vow stands. V'im b'yom shama isha yani ota, but if he annuls that vow, v'hefer et nadra asher alecha v'et mivta sifatim asher asra al nafsha, Adonai yislachla, then God will forgive her. V'neder almana urgrusha kol asher asra al nafsha yakum. But the vow which is made by a widow or a divorcee, that vow shall stand. And our blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We invite forward Andrew, who raises our Torah, and Melissa and Jess, who dress our Torah. We rise, for those who are able, as the Torah itself will be raised, and we turn to page 370 for Zot HaTorah.
V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. La 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 la
We remain standing as the Torah will now be returned to the Ark. Eitz Chaim, he will be found at the bottom of page 374.
Eitz Chaim hi l'machzikim ba b'torcheha meushar dirocheya dorchenu v'kol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva kadesh yameinu kekedem.
Please be seated. Melissa, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Each Shabbat, we pray on behalf of dear ones within and beyond our congregational family. We articulate the hope that they might know comfort and support. I invite you now to raise your hand, and after I silently acknowledge you, speak the names of those persons not on our prayer list for whom we likewise should pray this Shabbat.
Please join me. You'll find the words on page 371. Por habracha laimotenu, may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu, mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
The $5 billion federal fine on Facebook barely dented its stock price yesterday. I'm no expert on how best to assure the personal privacy of our accounts. But even as someone who thinks before every posting, what do I want to share with others for eternity on social media, and who is perennially worried about phishing, as the phone rings every day to tell me that money is about to be deducted from my bank account over an expired computer license or something about my credit, and one who wonders when the chairs I looked at online but didn't buy will stop stalking. I do believe in accountability and in privacy. Last night, my daughter Ariel, currently on an archaeological dig in Israel, was able to get to the Bon Jovi concert at Yarkon Park in Tel Aviv. She was one of 45,000 people in attendance. Bon Jovi is loved in Israel. I didn't see her text until after the concert ended, so I was unable to text back in time our sage's traditional blessing for what she was looking at. But they teach when you're in such an immense crowd of fellow Jews, you are to recite the prayer, "Praised are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who knows each person's secrets." That is, we're not just part of some larger mass without individual identity, but souls whose personhood itself includes a right to privacy. Take note, Facebook, Google, Amazon. Similarly, When we enter the synagogue in the morning, we say and we sing, Ma Tovu, how good are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. Our sages understood this phrase as originally praising the placement of the people Israel's tents. The entrances didn't face one another, so no one could accidentally peer into a neighbor's private space. We all deserve a realm of privacy. Still, that doesn't mean people aren't curious. Think of all the tabloid sales and gossip programs and websites. This is part of human nature. Tellingly, in one of the first stories in the Torah, the serpent listens in to Adam and Eve's conversation about eating fruit. Later, Mother Sarah's eavesdropped on her husband Abraham's conversation with divine messengers and then laughs, Yitzhak, Isaac, upon hearing she'll become pregnant. And Mother Rebecca, Isaac's wife, will snoop on her husband and son Esau's conversation, a violation of privacy that creates profound family strife. The book of Proverbs offers us a rule of thumb. A talebearer gives away secrets, but a trustworthy soul keeps a confidence. Psalm 44 teaches that it is God who should and will know the secrets of the heart. Precisely because we are to live in community, we are not to be suffocated, but given some necessary space. Lashon hara, evil speech, is to be avoided. Earlier today, I did a Three Amigos program with my compadres, Monsignor Joe Donnelly and Imam Gazman Aga. We did this at Yukon Ali, at the Osher Adult Learning Program. And so there I was with Father Joe and Imam Ghazi. So I didn't tell this old joke I'm telling you now. A priest, an imam, and a rabbi have such a bond that they confess their sins to one another. The priest shares, I've lusted after others. The imam confesses, I've tried alcohol. The rabbi observes, I'm a terrible gossip. Our privacy is such that the well-known 11th century scholar Rabbeinu Gershom stated that unauthorized readers of private correspondence should face excommunication. Yet even privacy has its limits. It's not totally sacrosanct. There are times when society is just in not using confidentiality as a means to harm others. For example, in an early take on what's now known as a sting operation, the Mishnah permits having an individual lead an enticer to repeat a solicitation to do a wrongdoing while two witnesses listen behind a curtain, thereby gaining admissible evidence against the enticer. Seizing the computers of criminals, or say searching the accounts of officials being investigated for obstruction of justice, are most appropriate. Still, much needs to be done to protect our data from corporations and bad actors. As we think about modern applications of age-old concerns related to privacy, may our tradition's espousal of human dignity be a guide. Ken Yehi Ratzon, be this God's will. We now turn to page 586. We rise for the Aleinu. The Aleinu that we chant will be the second Hebrew paragraph down on the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kugei havratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'hanachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated, page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Page 598. We call to mind our own beloved dead. I ask that those in mourning or remembering the anniversary of the death of a loved one and who have trekked to this sanctuary during Shiva or Shloshim or for Yartzeit, should you be able, please rise when their name is mentioned. During Shiva, we remember Shirley Buzin, mother of Randy Solomon. This Shabbat, remember the Yartzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Clinton Chichester, Esther Gershonow, Celia Gordon, Fred Hennick, Saul A. Infeld, William Carell, Samuel Rabinowitz, Rabbi Sholem Silver, Milton Steinhardt, Morris Wise, and Jenny Bela Zetzer. If there are additional names to mention for Kaddish this Shabbat, please feel free to rise and say their names now. A practice within our congregation is to further consider these people. If you're comfortable so doing, we now invite you to share with this minyan a brief reflection or reference about a dear one on our Kaddish list.
My father, Rabbi Sholem Silver, is on the list tonight. There are quite a few stories I could share with you, but I would like to start with this one, rather brief, but to the point. I have 110 first cousins. Now think of what relationship a first cousin is. That means this is the child of a parent's sibling. That means my grandmother had 110 grandchildren. My father was one of 22 children. This was a good Hasidic family. And there are lots of things that Hasidim believe in, and one of them is joy. Hasidim are the most joyful people. You see all these pictures of dancing Hasidim, right? When have you seen pictures of dancing Reformed Jews? Reformed Jews don't dance. Hasidim are commanded to be happy, and marital love is one of the ways in which people are happy. And so my father was one of 22 children. He used to joke about meeting a girl and asking her for a date, and she said, "Don't be silly, I'm your sister." And we used to, with my grandmother, and say, "Buddy, we feel a kind of a Torah. Grandma, how many children does Deborah have?" Deborah, one of the 22. She would get flustered, wouldn't know how many children each one had and where they were flocking around and so forth. I have, of course, the black sheep of the family, having gravitated toward reform, but it's an interesting story. My wife, when we got married, said there are limits to some things. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, I must tell you this. My to-be mother-in-law, when she was preparing all things for the
We also recall those American troops who have died this past week. Sergeant William Edward Freese. And Rabbi Silver, do you have a picture of?
I have a photograph of Sergeant Freese. Again, it is my practice to attach a face to the name so that we understand those who served America and who gave their lives to defend it. He was killed in a non-combat related incident that is still being investigated.
Each Shabbat, we also mention 6 names amongst the 6 million murdered in the Holocaust, the Shoah, and we now remember unknown Lifshitz, David Usach, Chaim Usach, and Rachel Usach. In remembrance and solidarity, and on behalf of those for whom there is no one but us to say Kaddish, we now invite all present to rise, if you are able, our Kaddish prayer, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach chirute v'amlich malchute, b'chaye chon uvyome chon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah muvarach le'olam alalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shmei d'kudusha b'richu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, damiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. O se shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Zichronam l'vracha. May their memories be for blessing. And let us say, Amen. On page 625 is Adon Olam. The words are ancient. The melody is a bit more contemporary. Please be seated.
This is one of those, one of the prayers that you can, I know about 35 different versions we have here. This is one that actually we put to music when Ben and Ethan had their bar mitzvah, or b'nai mitzvot. It was a family favorite. They used to sing at home, so we decided to honor them with it, and we really like it. So it's to the tune of "Don't Stop Believing." So it's a good sentiment, but it's the same old prayer, so you can join in. Let me hear the chord. One, two, three, four. Adon Olam asher malach, b'terem kol yitzir nivra, li'et nasav v'chevsa chol, azay melech shemo nikra, v'yacharek yivlok hakol, livado yimlok nora, v'hu haya v'hu hoveh, v'hu yiyeh b'tifara. Hu echad ve'en sheni ve'hamshilo lehavbira beli reshit beli tachlit belo ha'os ve'hamisra ve'hu beli ve'shaygo ali ve'tzukeli ve'etzara ve'hu nisi ve'manosli menakosi ve'yom ekra ve'yato afkid ruhi ve'eti sham ve'alira ve'imruhi geviati ve'yor ali ve'lohira Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasav v'chevsa chol azay melech shemo nikra Shimoni Kra, Azai Melech Shimoni Kra.
Michelle?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Rosen. I'm on the Board of Trustees at B'nai Israel and also the Sisterhood President. I want to thank Linda and our Jazzy Shabbat team over there, Ethan, and Ben. That was lovely. Rabbi, thank you for a wonderful service. Do we have any good... Anybody else? Abby? I like to. Hi. Congratulations, Zeke. Anybody else? How about a birthday? Anybody sharing a birthday this week? An anniversary? Okay. Oh. Tuesday night, July 30th at 7 o'clock, we have Warm Up America by the Garden. It's a night of knitting, crocheting, again by the Mitzvah Garden. Please see Linda if you have any questions about it. Is there anything you want to say about it?
Actually, everybody's invited, anybody who, whether you know how to knit or not, we are going to have people there who could teach you to knit and people there who could teach you to crochet. And we have many squares that we're putting together at this point to make a lovely blanket for some very lucky person to keep them warm. So we'll be working on that on Tuesday. And we'll enjoy the garden. So
and
you're
I just
welcome.
Love the title which they've come up with for this. This is Mitzvah al Fresco. So absolutely.
Okay, and hopefully we'll see you again here next Friday night at 7:30, Erev Shabbat services led by Jerry Klein, and the music will be with Larry and Bonnie. Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by our B'nai Israel family. Thank you so much for attending, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Kiddush is on page 123 and will be followed by Motzi. We join together in Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hikilanu zikaron l'mahaseh bereishit ki hu yom tehillah l'mikrayei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim ki badu v'charta v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon Hichaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
May God's presence be with you and give you peace. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.